Hello and welcome, Master Lama Rasaji. And this is our Thursday edition of Rasaji Speaks. I'm happy you can be with us today. Don't forget there's no live broadcast of PFL, but there is 2 years of recording with some of the best entrepreneurs and investment strategy to change your stripes in life. I'm sitting in the tomb of King Solomon. Just amazing the amount of gold is today. Interesting to think what the gold was worth today. And today, here we are at $3,400 an ounce. I was telling people to buy gold between 12 and 1600, buying silver at I first started buying silver about $12, really started promoting it at $16 to $18, and it's trading between $32 and $36 an ounce. Interesting, yes. God only makes so much of that, of course, until they find another gold or silver mine, right? Anyhow, here we are. Today's lesson for Rasaji Speaks Thursday edition is mindset mastery, how to transition from an employee to an entrepreneur. You know, employees can be CEOs, they can be CFOs. There's employees that make millions of dollars a year. There's employees, corporate employees, that get bought out of their contracts for millions, just like NBA stars, just like Major League Baseball stars, and just like NFL football stars, right? There's a lot of things going on, but the employee mindset, according to Robert Kiyosaki, that wrote Cash Flow Quadrant, it's the second book. And it's a book worth reading. And if you haven't read it in a year or two, you might want to glance at it, especially if you're kind of new to being an entrepreneur, especially if you're new to being an investor. You know, we want all of our teachers and affiliates that are with us at COC and PFL. We want them to be able to derive 25 to 50% of their money residually. That means you're not earning money by the sweat of your brow, but you're returning back to the tree of life, not worshiping any longer the tree of good and evil. Undoubtedly, this has been rooted into academia world over the last 30 to 50 years. No matter whether you're in Europe or in North America, it's really there. They want to teach you their agenda more than they want to teach you something that's practical. On PFL, Sister Ladette and myself, we talk about the nuts and bolts of entrepreneurship. Talk about the nuts and bolts of investing. According to Robert Kiyosaki, there are four major quadrants that a person who earns money goes through. E for employee, SE for self-employee, which is usually someone who worked for an organization, developed a really good trade or experience, and with that knowledge and experience, not only in book smart, but on the street smarts, is worth paying an extra dime or two as they become a consultant for somebody's manufacturing companies. It's important since they're being brought back to America. Service industry, nutritional industry. I was paid for years to be a lifestyle coach for quite a few people. It would make sense when you really examine Lamaji's first book, The Circle of Chi. because it really is about balance and about lifestyle, really. See, you can choose lifestyle or you can choose a job, J-O-B. Most people, that means just over broke. That's right. That's right. Most people in employee mindset look at an investment into their health, their wellness, their financial health, and financial wellness as an expense. Entrepreneur doesn't see it that way. They see it as a cost of doing business. And if they have a smart tax CPA or attorney, there's a good chance they're going to write a major portion of that off. Reduce. Remember, you pay taxes on things that have nothing to do with costs. It's what's left after cost has been deducted. See, this is how an entrepreneur thinks. They leverage everything, including the system. According to any decent accountant, there's somewhere between 30 and 40 different ways to leverage a tax benefit as opposed to a tax burden. An attitude of that is that once you really look at it, the average entrepreneur after taxes, whether they're in the SE or a business owner, usually end up paying about 10%. If you're paying more than that, then you really don't know what you're doing. And you might want to get with a tax consultant. And cash flow quadrant, as you grow into an entrepreneur investment, you're putting together a team. And that team is saving you money. That team is giving you advice about investing to make a greater, more solid return. That team is giving you advice and counsel how to leverage up a business, a company. We're doing all that right in front of your eyes here at COC and PFL. Everything that Kiyosaki says to do right in front of your eyes, that's what we're doing. So read his book, Cash Flow Quadrant, right? And be thankful for it and understand that being an entrepreneur gives you a whole new level of faith. And in order to one day be in ownership of a wellness center, you're going to have to be moving into that mindset because it's beyond charity. It's about generosity. And generosity means a hand up and not just a hand out. There's a big difference in that mindset. I hope to see a lot of you teachers today, this afternoon at 3 o'clock, because we'll be doing teachers training. Lynette will be doing a crackerjack job. And when you really think about it, that is our PFL on tours, Thursdays at about 3 o'clock. Don't forget, tomorrow morning is the open class to the public at 10 o'clock in the hotel, in the Hilton there at the La Conquistador. We're happy to be with you today. And as we say in Tibet, Barak Bashad, may the blessings be to you and to your glorious family. I'll see you tomorrow on the Shangri-La edition of Rasaji Speaks. God bless you.